Hey, good morning. It's Friday, January 3rd, and we're going to try and solve today's New York Times crossword puzzle. Today's puzzle is constructed by Colin Adams, whose name I do not recognize, so can't give you much on that. 18-day streak, nothing really too exciting there, nothing really too exciting anywhere, right? Wrapping up the holidays and hoping that things quiet down a little bit here next week, but who knows. Um, yeah, last night I went over to some friend's house and they made tacos out of a quarter of a cow that they purchased. They purchased 25% of a local cow and made tacos out of the one of the cheaper cuts. And I was like, man, I got to get on this quarter of a cow situation. So that's what I did last night. Today we're working, we're hopefully skiing, and um, that's about it. I don't think there's any good sports that I want to watch tonight, unfortunately. So. Anyways, hope you're having a good day. Hope your week has been okay. Hope that you're not dreading going back to work next week or whatever you've got going. Let's do it. They've updated their terms, just FYI. So, Friday, themeless challenge. Let's go. Out of whack. That's probably like a miss, right? Or askew? Ooh, maybe askew. Hindu god. I don't know the Hindu gods very well. Moving on. Rock group behind 2024's Power Up Tour. I don't know. What a bodybuilder builds during a bulk cycle. Builds mass? Builds mass? Sudden weather phenomenon. Closing on Sundays. That's amen. That's called a French 75 if you use champagne instead of soda water. Is that like a Cure Royale? No. Cocktail, it's called. Mulligan is a redo. Eponymous tourist destination in Belgium is Spa, right? I think. The town of Spa. Basis of some admissions. Strength, poetically. Area between the ribs and the round. I'm going to say that's the loin. I hope. Fearless better. Is that all in? That's... The fact that you're all in does not mean you are fearless. It just means you're all in. Heaps of dressing. Is that like laundry? Mend. Seder. Snowy? This is laundry. Responded identically to. Like echoed. On the early synthesizers are Moogs, right? Ringing nuisance. Like a face telling a spooky campfire story that's uplit. Like with your flashlight giving an eerie glow. Give juice to. Ditto. Austria. This must be emus. And at the Copacabana, deified is holy. So we're on the right track. Words before someone finally snaps. Bridge support. Is that a truss? It's not a buttress. Stool at a counter. Woody's crush in Toy Story. Member of a warrior class. Is that a samurai? Small stretches. Cherish. Much sought after commodity in Dune. Spice is the thing they need in Dune. I haven't watched the new Dune. I watched The first one with Timothy Chalamet, I thought it was quite boring, and I should probably revisit it. It's beautifully shot. Singer Rita Ora. Ice skating move could be a Lutz or an Axel. Post game photo op between two opposing players. Is that a jersey swap? That's a good one. First person to die, according to the Bible. That's Abel, right? Cain got him. They're part of the story. Set back to 0. Press rooms. Like from one's visual memory. All right, 422 and decent first pass, but we got work to do. Common nap times in brief. Common nap times. Subpar dining hall food. Is that like slop, perhaps? A whack, askew would work then. Common nap times. Hindu god of love. Kiva? F1 Neighbors Escape. We went through this the other day, and I think it's annoying when they give you clues like that where it's so tempting to look down at your keyboard. Challenge to an intruder. Who goes there? Challenge? I don't know. Question. Spring. It could be leap. What is this? Oops. Rock group. Spring. Command to stay. Don't leave. Items harmed when they're scratched, but not when they're burned. CDs. Right? Was this AC/DC? Must be. That would make sense. Power up. Spring. Flash flood. Funny flash flood story, but I'll tell it after. Spring. Command to stay. Is this just don't leave? Group whose band is the oldest professional music ensemble in the U.S. Marine Corps? Marine Corps? Not set in stone, it's fluid. That's sinew. That's rather unfortunate. This sucks to be you. Exercising deduction is a logic puzzle. Oh, and this one is say cheese. Puzzle. Ann Taylor, a place I do not shop. What's this? On the fence. And farm to table is fresh. Like that stupid quarter of a cow. Ringing nuisance. Couldn't have said it better myself. For two musicians is adue, right? Itch. Aristotle purportedly spoke with a lisp. So do I. Yep. It's a prank call or prank call. I never know which one we're gonna get. Bridge support is a truss. I was right about that. Ditch is lose. Low peep. Ooh. Couldn't have said it better myself. Word often after Word often after a president's name. Well, that's era and perch. Oh, and this is precisely. There we go. Throwing target is the bicep. Get swole. Bad sound here by a kitchen counter. This is prize, right? Cherish. Splat? Like splat? Yeah, Lutz. Splat. Aruba. Tear and miter. Okay, we're getting there. Small stretches are hit makers. Simple question on a high schooler's hand-drawn posters. Prom? Question mark. Dominates, owns. Power or frequency. Essentially, is that a rate? Church part is the apps. PNG. Alternative is a JPEG. Gyms. What is beeping? Huh. I had my gas fireplace serviced yesterday, and now it appears to be beeping. So that's fun. Hit makers are fists. Plot points. This must be rate, unsee. What is this? Common nap times is afternoons. Afts. Tom Collins. Never had one of those either. Basis of some admissions is guilt. Oh, God, I was thinking admissions like to a college. Don't leave and fists. All right, let's admire our puzzle and our 19-day streak. Finished in 10:55, pretty darn good. If I'd hustled, I bet I could have done that in under 10 minutes, which is, that's a pretty easy solve if I can do it in under 10. I'm going to say that this one is maybe like a 3 out of 10 difficulty. But let's have a look and see why we cruised through it so successfully. Out of whack, askew, AC/DC. I kind of like this one because power up, suggests electricity. AC/DC makes sense. You don't actually have to know about that tour to know who's doing it. Bodybuilder builds mass. This makes me think of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Mac, who cultivates mass by eating chimichangas all the time until he gets completely obese. Flash flood. Probably the coolest hike I've ever done in my life was at Zion National Park, the Narrows, and you hike straight down the middle of, I think it's the Virgin River. There's two rivers, but you're in the middle of this river, walking through water with 1,000-foot canyon walls on both sides, and at places you can almost touch the walls. I mean, it's, maybe 20 feet across in some places. I mean, very, very narrow, the Narrows. And when we were going there, we found out that, you shouldn't go there if there's any flash flood danger because you're trapped in a river in the middle of a canyon. And we found out that everyone else had bailed on this big hike. We're supposed to sleep in the canyon. And so our driver was saying, "Oh yeah, there's a lot of flash flood danger these days." So the other 9 of the 12 people all canceled their prepaid trips, and it's just you 3. And he said, make sure to keep an eye out for flash floods. And I was like, all right, cool. But obviously we survived. It was the coolest hike I've ever done. And we did not get carried away in a flash flood. So cheers to us. Amen. Tom Collins. I have no idea what's in a Tom Collins, except that apparently there's some soda water in it. Yeah, I don't know. Sounds great. Redo, spa. I like that this wasn't just like where to get a mani-pedi or like where to get a facial. There's a little bit of fun cluing there. Guilt-based admissions, great. Sinew, loin is delicious. I bet that $1,200 or yeah, that $1,200 quarter cow, I bet has some good loin. Um, Laundry, heaps of dressing. Like, that's pretty good. It's a little bit of a stretch. I don't know, because it's not like heaps of salad dressing is a thing. But I liked it. Echoed, on the fence, Moog synthesizers, prank call. This makes me think of Bart Simpson calling Mo Sizlak. Uplit, rev, give juice. Oh, like rev an engine. So do I. Where's before someone finally snaps? Say cheese. I like that one. Truss, sure. We deal with that a fair amount with staging at the amphitheater. Um, Stool at a counter is a perch. Bo Peep is who Woody has a crush on. I haven't seen Toy Story since the year it came out, probably. Samurai, Fibs, Prize, Spice, Aura, Lutz. Jersey swap I like. That's increasingly common. You know, two guys get together at the end of the game and they each hold up each other's jerseys and they dap each other up. Abel died, yep. Plot points are part of the story. That's just kind of broad. I don't know. Wouldn't mind something a little more exciting. Tear, gyms, unsee, afts. I don't like that. Afts to me would be the rears of boats. Slop, Kama. Oh, that makes sense. Like the Kama Sutra. I probably should have figured that out. Escape. Who goes there? All in. Coil. Don't leave is a command to stay. I mean, that's just. CDs. I still have a lot of CDs. I listen to them quite frequently in my car, where I have a CD player still because I drive an old car. Marine Corps has the oldest professional music ensemble in the United States. Interesting fact. Take that, Army. Amend, Seder, Snowy, Fluid, Sucks to be you. Logic puzzle. I mean, this isn't exactly a logic puzzle, but there's a lot of logic and it's definitely a puzzle. And Taylor, emus. Jerks. The emu is one of the strangest, most prehistoric things in the world. Lola at the Copacabana, the hottest spot north of Havana. Deified, pardon me, deified. Fresh, precisely, adue, lose, lisp, era, bicep. It's a lot of like, just, okay, yep. Aruba, miter, hitmakers or fists. I like that one. I like all the question mark clues, all the punny wordplay stuff we got. Prom, owns, rate, apps, JPG, and Sin, the motif in 1995 Seven. One of the greatest movies I've ever seen, and I hope I never have to see it again. That's a rough watch. I saw it in the movie theater when in 1995, so like I was probably 13. Probably wasn't even allowed to go to that film. I'm sure that's an R-rated movie. And I want to say like we went to like a 10:30 p.m. showing or something like awfully late, and man, that movie messed me up. I don't even. Slept at my buddy's house that night, and I feel like neither one of us slept at all. Anyways, that's what we got. We solved it in 10:55. We're pretty happy about that. Nice, smooth Friday. Always appreciative of those. And yeah, I don't have gigantic plans the rest of the weekend. I keep saying that. It's been a quiet past month or so for me, which is great. I'm stoked on it. But there's definitely a chance that I'll do another live solve tomorrow, and you might get back-to-back weeks with Thursday, Friday, Saturdays. No promises, but I'd say it's trending in that direction. And I don't really have anything exciting to report. It snowed a decent amount this week. The crowds are thinning out, and just looking forward to getting back to our little mountain town routine here. Do me a favor, if you liked this video, then click the like button so that I know you liked it. It's as easy as that. And if you're interested in seeing more of this type of video, then just subscribe to this channel. This is what we do here. We just solve this puzzle over and over and over again. It's Groundhog Day. So doesn't that sound fun? And most importantly, I hope you'll join me again next time for another live solve of the New York Times crossword. Thanks. Bye.